Hello, you're welcome to Discuss with Ibrahim Fatoimbo, and this is a continuation of our previous episode, which is speech and speech communication. So today we'll be delving into another aspect of speech communication, which is one of the most dreaded that a lot of people are always afraid of. Public speaking. Yes, public speaking. So on this episode, you will understand the act of public speaking, why you need public speaking, qualities of a speaker, and types of public speaking. So now, what do you understand by public speaking? Public speaking is the process of performing a presentation focused around an individual directly speaking to an audience. Let me take that again. Public speaking is the process of performing a presentation focused around an individual directly speaking to an audience. Now, public speaking is the act of speaking to an heterogeneous audience, people from diverse background. Some have said that some people prefer to be in a coffin than to give an eulogy at a funeral, stating that a lot of people are afraid of speaking in public. The fear of public speaking is called glossophobia, right? And now, why must you learn how to speak in public? Why is it very necessary for you to speak in public? Number one, you will be able to influence the world around you. You realize that those people who are outspoken, we have this penchant to be around them, right? So it's very important when you learn the act of public speaking. People, even in class, they'll say, oh, let this person be our, the presenter for our class. Let this person be the group leader because of their dexterity to speak fluently in public. All right, so you can influence the world around you. Why you need it. Another thing is developing leadership skill. One of the problems we faced in the previous administration, we are still facing now in Nigeria, for example, is our leaders' inability to speak well with confidence. Why do you love Barack Obama? Why do you like listening to their speeches? Because of their ability to speak well. So when you do that, it's part of what helps you develop your leadership skill. Moving forward, it shows knowledge about a practical subject. When you speak well in public, you will have mastered several topics that when they wake you up, you'll be able to speak seamlessly about it. It increases self-confidence. You see some people, they say that there's no way they can't talk because they believe that they have all it takes to speak in public. So it increases their confidence. Becoming a leader of thought, when you can speak well in public, people consult you. They liaise with you. They always want to seek your opinion because they have seen you spoke. I'm a living testimony. I've seen a lot of people accost you. What do you think about this thing? Because they have seen you spoke on radio, TV shows, and it has made you becoming a thought leader. Let's talk about the qualities of an effective speaker. Number one, confidence. Confidence. If you ask me 100 times, I'll keep saying confidence is very important as a speaker. You must have confidence. You must be assertive. You must be sure of yourself. So when you have confidence, it helps you convince your audience. Imagine you want to speak, you are shivering and you are looking up and down. They look at you like you don't know what you're saying. They don't even want to listen to you. So your confidence is very important when it comes to public speaking. All right, you watch out for your confidence. Another one is passion, ability to be succinct. You see, you must be precise when you speak to your audience. You don't just dilly-dally. You don't just make this point, go back here. You must be straightforward. Your thought must be very crystal. All right, so your passion, ability to be very succinct. You must be precise, short, because a lot of audience you have there, some are facing a lot of challenges. So as a public speaker, one of the qualities that you must learn and you must have is number one, confidence. Second, passion, ability to be succinct. The next one is ability to tell a story. They say facts tell, story sells. You must learn how to tell stories. A lot of people have given examples in one of my several classes about one of my boys that was invited for a speaking competition, beg your pardon, talking about singing competition, and they got to the last stage, and she came outside, she spoke, she sang, and everybody stood up, even the judge stood up, give her a round of applause, like fantastic presentation. The second contestant came out, and before she started the song, you know what she did? She just grabbed the mic and said, I'd like to dedicate this song to my mom, my late mom, who has trained me to be able to sing well. I wish she's here to come and witness so things today. It elicits people's emotion by just telling that short story. She won that competition. Meaning that people connect more with story. Growing up, when they call everybody folktale, story sells, facts tell. So you must be a good storyteller to be a public speaker. Audience awareness. You must know your audience. It's very, very important when it comes to public speaking. You must know the kind of audience that you have. Very, very experienced. You must know your audience. Let's talk about types of public speaking. Number one, ceremonial speech. Celebrating new milestone, giving speech at an event. Oh, I'd like to dedicate this speech to so person for helping you achieve so it's a ceremonial speech. The next one is demonstrative speech. This type of public speaking requires being able to speak clearly and concisely to describe action and to perform those actions. For instance, when giving a speech on how to resuscitate someone gasping for example, where I was once the president of Red Cross that year when I was 7, and we need to demonstrate. You give a speech and you demonstrate that, okay, this is how you resuscitate somebody who is drowning. How do you bring them back? You deliver a speech and you demonstrate it. For example, you see how to do list. I said to do list, a lot of how to do videos on YouTube, right? They will demonstrate, they cook, and you see how they go about it. Now let's talk about informative speech. Classroom lecture, for example, when you sit in front of a lecturer and the lecturer is presenting his paper and you listen, that is an example of informative speech. All right, so same appeal, when you go to a conference and you listen, is an example of speech, type of public speaking. Another one is persuasive speech. So a persuasive speech aims at convince the audience to change some way. Instant sermon, when your pastor speaks in the church, is an example of persuasive speech. Don't be a bad person, be a good person, live a good life, pious life. After your fasting, don't go back to those bad things. Those are example of persuasive speech. We have narrative speech. Narrative is talking about chronological progression of events witnessed by a speaker. For example, I can be sharing my experience with you, how you met your girlfriend, okay, and maybe at the end of the day, you and your girlfriend later got married, and you want to share with your audience the journey. It's your experience. So when you are giving those tete-a-tete, like step by step, right? Explanation is called what we call is narrative speech, narrating how everything happened. The next one is descriptive speech. Descriptive speech helps the speaker create an accurate mental picture in the mind of the audience. So descriptive is talking about, okay, coming to work, what happened to you? I saw two particular miscreants fighting, some carried bottle, running out skater like an headless chicken. So when they got to a particular point, so your audience too listening to you, they'll be painting the picture, okay, they were running, was he able to stop? So those things, that's an example of descriptive speech. We have argumentative speech, a speech that tends to alter the viewpoints of its other. Example, when you're having debate, when you debate Barca and Arsenal, or talking about Real Madrid and Arsenal, right? When you start going back and forth, the next person you are speaking to, you are trying to change your worldview to see things from your own point of view. So it's an argumentative speech, and it's part of public speaking. All right, so in a nutshell, I have successfully discussed what public speaking is all about, telling you that public speaking is very experienced and is a process of performing and presenting, focus around individual directly speaking to an audience, and why you need public speaking, influencing the world around you, developing leadership skill. It shows knowledge about a particular subject. It increases your confidence, becoming a thought leader. And some of these qualities mentioned is, number one, you must have confidence, passion, ability to be succinct, ability to tell a story, audience awareness, very important. And I gave the types of public speaking or speech. Number one, ceremonial, the one you give at a party, demonstrative, delivering a speech and explaining how certain things is being done. Informative, the one you listen to your lecturers. Persuasive, your pastor, your imam, how they speak to you, and most importantly, your politicians too, when they are contesting, is an example of persuasive speech, because they want you to see that they are the best candidate for a particular election. Narrative is telling you what happens to you, and you are sharing your deal step by step how it happens. And descriptive speech is talking about painting a mental picture in the mind of your audience, that they listen to you and they can paint picture. Do you understand? And the last one is argumentative speech, a speech that tends to alter the viewpoint of its audience, make them see things from this way, not this way, telling them that, oh, this government is not bad, this is what they are doing to convince us to do that. That's the basic thing about argumentative speech. I hope this will be a very wonderful one that you will be able to learn. There's still more about public speaking, but we won't be able to explore everything here. Subsequent episode, we will delve into more about public speaking, what you have to do and what you don't have to do. But at now, this is all we have to give for you for this episode. Hope you enjoy it. We're having the next episode. Please subscribe to Ibrahim Fatoyinbo. Discuss with Ibrahim Fatoyinbo. Right. Thank you so much.